In this Blender tutorial, I will explain material slots and how to assign different parts of your object to different materials, and overall just showing you how you can manage your materials. If you find this video helpful and you'd like to help support me and this channel, then I will have links in the description to my Gumroad store and my Patreon page and the YouTube memberships, and I do appreciate your support. So on default, every object does have a material. If I hold down the Z button and go into the material preview, you can see it does have just like a blank white material, even though there isn't actually a material on our object. So right here on the material properties with this object selected, I can click on new, and this new button is going to create a new material. And so this box right here are all of the materials which is in the object. So these are all of the material slots for this object's materials. And then underneath this, you have the actual material, and this is whatever material is currently selected. And then underneath that, you have all of these different settings for the material. So you have things like the viewport display, you can actually change how the viewport looks, and some other settings like the displacement settings, and then you also have the principled shader settings. You can also use the shader nodes to get to these different settings, and then you also have a little preview here which Blender generates for you. So I'm going to open up this surface here, and then right here on the base color, just to make this material different and unique, I'm going to make this like a blue color. And then if I want to rename the material, I can click right here to rename it, or I can also double click right here and then I can rename this material. So I'm just going to rename this material to blue. So now I'm going to add a new object by pressing Shift A, and I'm going to go right here and just add like a monkey head, and I'll just bring the monkey head over. Now if I want to add the same blue color to this monkey head, there are a few ways I can do this. So you can click right up here on the plus icon, and this is going to add a new material within the material slot. And then you can either click on new if you want to create a different material, or if you want to select a pre-existing material, you can click on the drop down, and then this is going to show you all of the materials that are within your Blender file. So I could just select the blue material. Now if I want to get rid of this material, I can click on the exit button right here, and that's going to get rid of the material. And then to get rid of the material from the slot, I can click on this minus button right there, and now this doesn't have any material in the material slots. Now if you don't have any materials in the material slots and you want to add a new material, you can just click on the drop down and select the material, and you can see that it's going to add it into the material slot. And then another way to add different materials to objects is by clicking on the object which has the material, and then you can click right here on the little material icon and you can drag and drop the blue material onto the object. And now the monkey head has the blue material. Alright, so I've added a bunch of different objects and I want to give them all the blue material. So what I could do, of course, is click on the object, click on the drop down here and add the blue material, but that's going to take a lot of time, especially if I have lots of objects. So what I can do instead is I can just press B for the box select and just box select all the objects, or press the A key to select all the objects. But you can see that the last object that was selected has this yellow outline, whereas the other objects have the orange outline. So if the object is selected with the yellow outline, then that is the active object, and then the other objects are just the other objects that are selected. So I'm going to hold down the Shift key and lastly select this object. So now this blue cube here is the active object. I can now press Ctrl L, and this is going to bring up the link and transfer data, and I can click on link materials. And so what this is going to do is it's going to take the material from the active object and it's going to add it to all the other objects. So that's a really quick way to add the same material to multiple objects. Now let's say that I want to add a separate material to this top face here on the cube. So to do this, I need to add a new material within the material slots, because right now I only have the blue material. So what you can do is you can click on the plus right over here, and this is going to add a new material in this object's material slots. Now if you wanted to, you could click on the drop down and add the blue material, but we already have this blue material up here, and I want to create a separate material. So make sure you have this slot selected, and you can click on the new button. And so this is going to create a new material. And then I could just rename this material to red. And then right here on the base color, I'm just going to make this a bright red color. Now we have the red material in the object's material slots, but you can see that the entire object is still blue. And this is because we haven't told any of the faces to be a certain material. We added the blue material, but when we added the blue material, this was the only material in the slots, so it automatically assigned all of the faces to the blue material. So we need to assign some faces to the red material. So what you can do is press the tab key, and that is going to take you into edit mode. And then what we need to do is select the faces, because you can't actually assign any material materials to the vertices and the edges. So these little dots right here are the vertices, and then these lines right here are the edges. But vertices and edges don't actually have any visible geometry, so if you render an object that doesn't have any faces, you're not actually going to be able to see the object. So the faces are the visible part of the geometry. So what I'm going to do is press the 3 on the top of my keyboard, or you can also click right up here to go to the face select mode. And so now you can see that I can select different faces. So I'm just going to select the top face right up here. Now when you press the tab key to go into edit mode, you can see that these 3 options come up in the material properties. There is assign, select, and deselect. And I will go over all these in the video. But we want to click on the assign button. So make sure the red is selected, make sure that top face is selected, and then click on the assign button. So it is now assigning this material to that face. And then I can tab to go back to object mode. Now I want to add another material to this face right here, but I want it to be a dark blue material. So what I can do is I can tab to go into edit mode, and then I can just select this face. So I can now click on the plus icon, and this is going to again create another material in the object's material slots. Now I could click on the new button and make it a dark blue, but instead I'm going to add in the blue material that we've already created. And then I'm going to duplicate that material, and then I can just change the settings. So what I'm going to do is click on the drop down, and then I'm going to select the blue material. So now we actually have 2 blue materials within the material slots. Now this material I want to instead be a dark blue. So what I'm going to do is duplicate the material so it has all the same settings, but it will be a separate material. So to do this, you are going to click on this button right here. And it almost looks like 2 little files or 2 pieces of paper. So I'm going to click on this, and this is going to duplicate the material so it is now a separate material. And you can see Blender has renamed it to blue.001. But the data is still the same, so it still has the same blue color. And then I can just rename this, so I'm going to rename this to dark blue. So now I can change the settings of the material, and it's not going to affect the other blue color. Now we haven't assigned it yet, so we can't actually see it. So with this face selected and with the dark blue selected, you can click on the assign button. Now nothing really changed, and that's just because the base color is the same. So I'm going to press tab to go back to object mode, and then I can click on this base color, and let's make this a very dark blue color. And then also just for better contrast, I'm going to click right back here on the light blue, and I'm going to make this even lighter, make it a very light blue, something like that. And you can see when I'm changing the color of this light blue material, it's also changing it for all the other objects because these objects are using the same material. But maybe I want this cylinder here to be a different material. If I just select the cylinder, you can see it has the blue material, but I could just click on this button right here, and this is going to duplicate the material. And then I could just rename this material. So maybe I'll rename it to green. And then right here on the base color, I could just make this a green material, maybe make it a bit darker. And then let's say I want to make the monkey head be the red material. So I can click on the monkey, and then instead of deleting this blue material, I can simply change it. So instead of like removing the material like that by clicking on the minus button, I can instead just click here on the drop down, and these are all of the materials within this Blender file. And I can just choose the red material, and now the monkey is red. And then if you want to organize the materials, you can also use these 2 arrows right here. So let's say I want the dark blue to be at the top. I can select the dark blue, and then I can click on this arrow right here, and this is going to move it up on the list. So you can use these arrows to organize the materials in the material slots. And if you have a bunch of materials, you can click right here on these little dots here and drag up and down, and that'll change the size of the material slot panel. Now I'm going to select the cube again, and I'm going to press the tab key to go into edit mode. So you can see in edit mode there is a select option and there is a deselect option. So I'm first going to press the A key to make sure everything is deselected. So let's say that I want to select all of the light blue material. What I can do is just select the light blue here in the material slots, and then I can click on select. And it's going to select all of the faces, which are the light blue material. Or if I have everything selected, and let's just say I want to deselect the red material, I can click on the red right here, and then I can click on deselect, and you can see it's just going to deselect those faces which are red. And these options are more helpful for when you have more complex objects. This is just a cube, so it's pretty simple, but when you have a very complex object with multiple materials, it can be very helpful. Now you may have also noticed that there is sometimes a number here next to the material, and so this number is showing you how many different objects are using that material. So I can clearly see that these 3 objects are using the light blue, and if I click on the light blue, you can see right here there is a number here telling me that 3 different objects are using the light blue material. Now let's say that I want to duplicate this icosphere's material so that it is separate. I could click on the icon right here, which is the 2 pieces of paper, or I could also click on the number. And so if I click on the number, it's going to do the same thing. So it's created a single user of this material. So this material is now renamed to blue.001. And if I click back here on the cone, you can see this is the original blue material. So now this is a separate blue material. And then I could just rename this material. So I could just rename this material to blue 2. So this is the second blue material. And then if I click back over here to select the main blue material, now if I change this material's color, it's not going to affect the other material. Now I'm going to select the green cylinder right here, and I'm going to change this material. So I'm going to instead make this the red material. So now if I look around at these objects, none of these objects actually have the green material. So there is no green material in the scene. So I am now going to save the Blender file just by pressing Ctrl S, and then I'm going to close the Blender file and open it up again. Alright, so I've reopened up the blend file, and if I click right up here to change this back to the green color, if I click right here on the materials, you can see that the green material has disappeared. And this is because Blender removes materials that no objects are using. So if there's some extra material that no objects are using, then it's going to remove that material from the Blender file. And most of the time this is helpful because it helps to get rid of any unused data in the Blender file. But let's say that I do want to keep that green material in the Blender file because maybe I want to use it later. So what I'm going to do is click on the minus here to get rid of this material. Then I can click on new, and that's going to add a new material. I can just rename this to green, and then right here on the base color, I can just make this a green color. So if you want to make sure this material stays in the Blender file, then you can use the shield icon. And the shield icon is going to give this material a fake user. And so it's a fake user because there isn't actually going to be any objects which are using the material. But by clicking on the shield icon, you can see now it has a shield with a check mark. This way it's going to keep this material even if we remove that material from any other object. And how I like to think about this is that you are protecting the material, and so a shield is used for protection, so you are protecting the material from being deleted. So now what I'm going to do is click on the X button here to get rid of this material, and we could just add like the red material to the cylinder. So I'm now going to press Ctrl S to save, and then I can just close the Blender file and I'll open it up again. And I've just reopened up the blend file, and if I click right here on the material slots, you can see we still have the green. And this material also has that little F right there, and that is telling us that it has a fake user. Now all of these settings that I've shown you can also be done in the shader editor. So I'm just going to click right up here to go to the shading tab, and so I have the 3D viewport right here, and then I have the shader nodes right here. So you can access these settings by going right over here to the material properties, and all the settings are right here. But let's say you're creating a procedural material and you kind of have this to the side, or maybe you have this on a different window. I can just make this really small, and you have all the settings right up here. So right up here you have the existing material, and you have the fake user. You also have the option to duplicate the material or remove the material. And then right here you can select the different materials. Now to access the material slots, it's going to be right here. So you can click on the slot 1, and this is going to show you all the material slots. So I'm going to click on the plus icon right here to create a new material slot, and you can now see that this says slot 2. So then in slot 2 I can click on the drop down and I can add the red material. And then if I press the tab key to go into edit mode, I can select this face, and if I click right here on the drop down, you can see we have the assign, select, and deselect. So I can click on the red material, and then I can click on the assign button, and now the top of the cylinder has the red color. So that's going to be it for this tutorial. So I hope this gave you a better understanding of materials and material slots and assigning different faces to different materials. And if you'd like to help support me and this channel so I can continue to make Blender tutorials and Blender content, I will have the links in the description to my Gumroad store and my Patreon page and the YouTube memberships. And I do appreciate your support. But I hope you found this video helpful, and thank you for watching.